Uh, you are doing great. Thank you so much for being on time. Some quick observations before we get started, okay? First of all, please remember that the default settings, with the default settings, you access the meeting and your microphones are on, okay? Por defecto, está configurado para que cuando ustedes ingresen a la sala, el micrófono está encendido. A veces se nos olvida apagar el micrófono y de pronto estamos ahí diciendo cositas y no nos estamos dando cuenta. ¿Listo? Entonces, por favor, recuerden siempre revisar sus micrófonos. A veces incluso se encienden y no nos damos cuenta. Segunda observación, por favor, es muy importante que ustedes ingresen a la sala con su nombre real. Por ejemplo, hay alguien usuario de Zoom. Hay que cambiar la nomenclatura, ¿listo? Nombre completo, por ejemplo, Omar David Parra Peña, para el caso de los estudiantes, para poder hacer el seguimiento, o primer nombre y primer apellido. De esa manera, pues es más fácil llevar el registro de asistencia y también por protocolo nos indican esto. ¿Ok? En el caso pues, de nosotros, no tenemos una instrucción, pero las salas no las podemos renombrar. Y para el caso de los estudiantes, por favor, nombre completo o primer nombre, primer apellido. También nos indicaron que por favor no utilicemos diminutivos, tampoco las iniciales de los apellidos, debe ser nombre completo o el primer nombre y el primer apellido. ¿Listo? Para que por favor lo tengan en cuenta y puedan renombrar. Good. I think everybody complied with this. Good. So thank you so much for being here and for being on time. Let's get started with our second session. Remember, we will finish classes at 10 to 9 p.m. tonight. So we are going to be working on these two pages today. That's page 14 and page 15. This is related to sports in different activities, but this one deals with unusual sports. So to begin with, there is an initial question I'd like you to answer, okay? And these are the questions. What's your favorite sport? How often do you practice it? And what equipment do you need? So this is the first speaking activity we're going to be working on today. Please see the chat. I'd like you to answer those questions. What's your favorite sport? How often do you practice it? And what equipment do you need? To do so, I will give you some minutes and then we will be listening to each other. If you have questions, please let me know. I'll be paying attention to your questions, to your needs, and so on. All right. So let's listen to your answers. Andres Felipe, you're the first one. Let's start with you. Andres Delgado.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Um,
Andres.
uh, my favorite sport is ultimate frisbee. I play it 4 times a week, and you need a frisbee and to play and team of the lesson 14 people to play a game.
Okay, Andres, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Andres Corredor. Thank you.
Yes, my favorite sport is football. I right now I not usually play football. The equipment you need to play football is you need a ball, so football ball. You need two teams, and you need a square. Uh, I mean, how can I say arco? Cancha.
That's a
Coach.
football court, if it's
Core.
football. And the arco would be like the goal. That's why we say goal, you know?
Okay, and you need two goals, and
Mhm.
that's it. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
great. Thank you very much, Andres, for your participation. Now let's try with Carlos, please. Carlos, please rename yourself. Okay,
Yes, my name is
Carlos
Carlos
Galan.
Galan.
Okay.
My favorite sport is cycling.
Mhm.
I practice every weekend and some days in the week. The equipment for practice are the bike, special shoes, helmet, jersey, glass, gloves. No more.
Okay, Carlos, perfect. Thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Cindy. Let's listen to you.
Hi, my favorite sport is soccer. I practice it twice a week. I need a ball and a special shorts.
Okay, Cindy, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Daniela Orellana. Let's listen to you.
So teacher, I
Um, okay, it's
sport.
difficult to listen to you. Please check the microphone and that's all your name. Nuevamente, porfa, para que de pronto no estaban al principio de la segunda sesión, es importante que cuando ustedes ingresen a la sala se renombren con su primer nombre, primer apellido o nombre completo, ¿vale? Good. So, no alcancé a escuchar bien para el usuario que está registrado como Daniel Orellana. No es una mujer, alcanza a escuchar una voz de hombre, por favor, renombrarse. El micrófono no se escucha realmente, no se escucha bien.
Yes, teacher.
Ok, ahora sí.
I am Luis Felipe.
Luis
Ya
Felipe,
me
por favor.
renombro, profe.
Por favor,
Sí,
gracias.
señor. My favorite sport is tennis. The special equipment. I need racket, balls, and I don't know. It's all.
Okay, Luis, thank you very much for your participation. Please rename yourself because I need to send the information about the attendance for today's class. Jeanette, let's try with you. Let's listen to you, please.
Okay, my favorite sport is cycling. I practice it usually one time a week. I the equipment for this is bike, helmet, and other safety equipment.
Okay, Jeanette, great. Thank you very much for your participation. Jean-Claude, let's try with you, please.
My favorite sport is football. I practice it every weekend.
with my friends, more specifically on Saturdays. To play football, you need special shoes, shorts, a shirt, and a ball. It's all.
Okay, Jean-Claude, perfect. Thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Gerson, please. Thank you.
Okay, my favorite sport is cycling. I practice with a friends or local team on weekends, and suggest quite many helmet, glasses, and gloves.
Okay, Gerson, perfect. Thank you very much. Now let's try with. Please do remind me, is it Johan? Johan?
Johan, teacher.
Johan. Okay, Johan, let's listen to you. Thank you.
Okay. My favorite sport is soccer. I practice 3 times of the week. I need ball, shoes, and people, friends. Thank you.
Okay, Johan, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's start with Jose Gomez, please. Thank you.
Hello, my favorite sport is volleyball, but I rarely play it. The equipment is only a ball and a net. I don't know how to say red, o sea, malla de voleibol. Net
Volleyball net,
is
it's
good?
okay. Yeah, that's
Volleyball
okay.
net? Okay, okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay, Jose, perfect. Thank you very much. Now let's try with Julian. Julian Figueroa, please. Let's listen to you.
Yes. My favorite sport to watch is football. I don't play football and any sport and any conventional sport, but I play esports to play a kind the game esport. I need only a computer and internet.
Okay, Julian, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Juliet Gomez, please.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
My favorite sport is skating. I practice it once or twice a month. And the special equipment are a knee pad, elbow pad, a grid guard, and helmet.
Okay, Julia, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Kainer, please. Let's listen to you. Thank you.
Okay, my favorite sport is the same. I like skateboarding. In this moment, I practice skate 2 times a week, but normally I go into my university in my longboard. And you can practice this alone or maybe with a friend in a skate park. And for practice this, you need a helmet for your head and elbow pads and knee pads. But in my case, I practice skate without equipment. It's dangerous and I don't recommend it.
Okay, Kainer, thank you very much. Now let's try with Laura Alonso, please. Let's listen to you. Thank you.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
My favorite sport is swimming. I practice it twice a week for 2 hours, and the special equipment is swimwear, swimming goggles, and silicone cap.
Okay, Laura, perfect. Thank you very much for your participation.
Okay.
Now let's try with Lisette. Lisette Tarazona, let's listen to you, please.
Okay. My favorite sport is football. I don't practice football, but I like to watch it. I play it when I was at school, but now I don't practice football. But if I want to play, the equipment I need is a ball, comfortable clothes, and tennis, a goal, a soccer field, and that's all. Thank you.
Okay, Lisette, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's listen to Marily, please.
Hello. I don't have a favorite sport, but I like basketball. I don't practice. What equipment needs? A court, a backboard, a bucket.
Okay, Marily, thank you very much for your participation. Let's try with Marianne, please. Let's listen to you.
Hi, teacher. I don't know practice the
Hi.
parts.
You don't practice sports?
No.
Okay, but maybe is there a sport that you like to watch on television or something?
Mm, like volleyball?
Okay. So, okay, you don't practice sports, but you like to watch, for example, volleyball matches on TV or tournaments or something like that.
Yeah.
Could you possibly, Marianne, tell us about the special equipment that people need to play volleyball? Any ideas that come to your mind? Like, for example, in order to, go cycling, you need a bicycle, you need a helmet.
For volleyball
Uh-huh.
a team is necessary.
Okay, so you need a team of people to play volleyball. What else do you think it is necessary to play volleyball?
No idea.
No idea? Okay,
No.
well, thank you. Now let's try with, who's next? Natalia, please, let's listen to you. Natalia Camargo.
Oh, hi, teacher.
Hi.
That's Natalia.
Yeah, sorry.
My favorite sport is swimming. I practice once a week. I need my swimsuit, swimming goggles, and swimming cap.
Okay, Natalia, thank you very much for your participation. Well, I can tell that you were changed. Okay, great. Now let's listen to Silvia. Please, Silvia Cuellar, let's start with you.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Silvia.
My favorite sport is skating, and it's a quite a long time since I don't practice skating. And what equipment do you need? You need skates.
Okay, Silvia, thank you very much for your participation. Now let's try with Yesid, please.
Hello. My favorite sport is the football. But it twice a week. And the equipment I need are football boots, shirts, ball, and some friends.
Okay, Yesid, thank you very much for your participation. Now, I guess everybody participated. So once again, thank you. Now let's continue with some more activities. So these pages are about unusual sports. We are going to watch a video that features some conventional sports and some non-conventional sports. Once again, the idea, when I share the links with you, that maybe if you like, you can create a database of study and you can revise the material later. But we are going to be watching the video from my screen. Now, there is a question based on the video that we are going to watch, which I will type down in the chat in this moment. So It goes like this. Which sport would you like to play and why? Okay, now this question is based on the video. Which sport would you like to play and why? Okay, again, we're gonna watch the video. Then after we finished, you will have about 5 minutes to prepare your answer. And then we will listen to each other once again. I hope you like this video. Let's watch it.
As long as it's physical and it has a set of rules, you've got yourself a sport. At least you do according to the people who play these.
Thrown from a walrus skin blanket, contestants are judged on height, balance, form, and landing.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 unusual sports in the world.
Well, I said it was a little crazy for the X Games as well. It got into the first X Games. After that, that was it. Too crazy for him.
For this list, we're looking at sports that may look or sound baffling, but actually require skills and effort, like mainstream or more well-known sports do. And who knows, you might just find yourself a new sport to get into here.
Injuries are commonplace.
اسب بلغت زد سر اسب سوار بودم یک اسب پیش بود ما پشت سر اسب گوساله داد دست بود ما پشت سرش میرفتم بلغت زد همین قسمت پای اومد.
Number 10, 1-foot high kick. Sometimes known as the Inuit 1-foot high kick, this game is one of the events at the World Eskimo Indian Games in Fairbanks, Alaska. Though its name makes it sound easy, this sport in fact requires great finesse and flexibility.
It's just a battle for your own personal best heights.
The athlete can start from either a standing position or from a running start, after which the competitor will jump with both feet and kick a suspended ball or a piece of seal. But there's a catch. After jumping, you must land perfectly with the foot you kicked with, or you will be disqualified. Number 9, Quidditch.
Hello and welcome to Hogwarts' first Quidditch game of the season. Today's game, Slytherin versus Gryffindor.
Times have changed since J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series was adapted into a blockbuster franchise. Not only do we have booger-flavored jelly beans and Emma Watson, but also we can now be genuine Quidditch players.
I found out we didn't have a team. I was just kind of shocked, so I decided right then and there that I had to start one.
Ever since this formerly fictional game was first played in 2005 at Middlebury College in Vermont, the popularity of the sport has broom-rocketed within universities all around the world.
Now for the latest in the Intercollegiate Quidditch series, this week we saw an intense matchup between the Middlebury Panthers and the Princeton Tigers.
January 2013 was the first time Quidditch was televised as a sporting event, and its reputation has been growing ever since. One particularly cool thing about the sport is that it lets you show off your broomstick without having to carry a dustpan.
This is a Nimbus 2000. It's the freshest model out of the market today.
Number 8, shovel racing.
So the rules are simple. Anyone can participate there, riding a standard aluminum snow shovel down the front of Angel Fire's ski mount.
Set aside the broom because now it's the shoveler's time to shine.
Handle looks like it could do some damage, no doubt about it.
Does it ever sound like some sports were created by employees with too much time on their hands? Well, in fact, some of them were. During the 1970s, ski resort workers in New Mexico would use their shovels to race each other down the slopes at the end of the night.
All right, son, let it rip, buddy.
As a sport, shovel racing sees competitors sitting on their shovels with their feet pointed forward and sliding down hills like there's no tomorrow, sometimes reaching a speed of 70 miles per hour.
I have the world record at 73 miles an hour. And when you're doing 73 miles an hour sitting this far off the snow, it feels like 173.
Due to safety reasons, the sport has been dropped from the X Games, but shovel racing remains an annual winter event in New Mexico.
It's a tradition. The only thing that's on my calendar at the beginning of every year.
Number 7, Sepak Takraw, also known as kick volleyball.
Kick up with yourself. Ready? Left, on.
Raise your leg if you think volleyball is overrated. This sport and its name have Malaysian and Thai origins, with sepak meaning kick in Malay and takraw meaning woven ball in Thai. First played during the 15th century, sepak takraw sees players using their feet, head, knees, and chest to touch the ball, and it's actually quite common to see an amazing move such as the glorious bicycle kick during play. If you think you can kick but are more concerned about the landing, then try out Spain's bossa ball instead. It's another sport similar to volleyball, but instead it has an inflatable court with trampolines on each side of the net and incorporates features of other sports as well.
The sport has been a hit in several countries, with possible clubs having been established in Germany, the Netherlands, Portugal, Brazil, Romania, Ecuador, and Saudi Arabia.
Number 6. Extreme ironing.
Of all the sports in the world, this one must be one of the weirdest.
Looks like someone got so bored ironing that they had to take it to the extreme.
Today we're going to try and break the world record for underwater ironing.
These ironists will travel to the most bizarre locations, such as the mountains, forests, and even underwater, to prove that there are no excuses for those wrinkles.
It looks like this record will be broken in a frenzy of bubbles, with a little steam let off along the way.
The rules are pretty simple. Go iron your clothes in remote locations or places no one would have thought of and make it look extreme. One thing to note, there's some argument about whether it's actually a sport or not. Regardless, it's interesting to think that while so far many ironists have attempted crazy stunts, as far as we know, no one has attempted ironing while playing Quidditch. So please let us know if you attempt this or hear of anyone who does.
Well, extreme ironing is the latest dangerous sport that combines the thrills of an extreme outdoor activity with the satisfaction of a well-pressed show.
Number 5. Buzkashi.
It's a game which involves landing a headless goat in a goal.
Persian for goat dragging. This sport consists of up to 500 horseback riders attempting to drag the carcass of a goat or a calf across the goal line. You can imagine how brutal it can get when players are fighting for the carcass.
Heavy snow doesn't stop play here. These riders have been going for 3 hours.
Depending on the variation of the game, which is mostly played in several Central Asian countries, you're free to do almost anything as long as players don't intentionally strike or whip each other.
You might get hold of one leg, someone else has got the other leg.
The Afghan Olympic Federation introduced rules to make the game a bit more tame by toning down the violence and formalizing the number of players, but it still involves a dead animal on the field.
It's Afghanistan's national game.
Number 4. Wife carrying.
The wife carrying world championships is one of the most bizarre sporting events in the world.
Is your marriage on the rocks? Why not sign up for the wife carrying contest? Originating in Finland, this sport is now practiced in other parts of the world and even has a category in the Guinness Book of World Records. According to the International Wife Carrying Competition Rules Committee, there is only one category and the winner is the male and female team that's able to finish the course in the shortest time.
It's okay.
Sounds fairly simple, except when you consider that the official track length is 831.7 feet, with both dry and water-based obstacles. As for the prize, that depends on your wife's weight in beer, naturally.
Great job, bro. Great job. Yeah.
Number 3, cheese rolling. The annual cheese rolling event at Cooper's Hill was traditionally done by the villagers that lived near Gloucester in England, but it has now become a world-famous event.
And we have a lot of crazy people flying downhill chasing a roll of cheese that travels at about 65 kilometers an hour.
How does it work? A 9-pound round of double Gloucester cheese is released at the top of Cooper's Hill, and the competitors follow after it in an attempt to catch said cheese. However, the sport has somehow turned more into a race.
So I'm just going to try and stride as long as I possibly can and take this down with feet.
Seeing how the cheese can reach a speed of 70 miles per hour, it seems highly unlikely for anyone to even get near the damn cheese. So instead, participants try to be the first to reach the finish line at the bottom of the hill. Just when we thought we could play with our food.
So what are you going to do with the cheese if you win?
I don't know, I don't even like cheese.
Number 2, chess boxing.
Let's get ready for chess boxing.
The more you think about this sport, the more you may realize there's something artistic about its very nature.
1 minute you fight to survive in the ring, very emotional. And the next minute you sit on a board, moving stones.
That's because Ipe Rubin, a performance artist who is now the president of the World Chess Boxing Organization, created it.
There will be, the game of the century, Lennox Lewis against Vitaly Klitschko. We all make a world championship out of it,
Typically, you either have brains or brawn, but to play this sport, you require both. A fight consists of 6 rounds of chess and 5 rounds of boxing, which alternate.
We start with 3 minutes of chess, then we box for 3 minutes, then we go back to the chessboard, continue the same game, and you ultimately win by checkmate or knockout.
Each round follows the regular rules of each game, meaning you can win each round by either critical thinking or throwing critical hits.
He puts pressure on him, he lands blows, but Andrew, a former kickboxer, involuntarily hurts Gianluca.
If the game is a stalemate, the player with the most boxing points will take the title,
depriving the crowd of either a checkmate or a knockout. Frank Stolt, Anti-Terror,
is the new heavyweight champion.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Another crowd favourite event at the Mud Olympics is the Mud Sled Relay. Teams of 3 taking it in turns to push a sled along a boggy course.
Lays it off to DJ Reed, who scores!
The speed of the game, the hand-eye coordination, the size of the field.
It's been described as a form of mayhem.
But ultimately, the bottom line is it's something like we've never seen before.
Number 1, oil wrestling, also known as grease wrestling.
It's absolutely crazy. I can't believe I'm here in Turkey doing it.
For our number 1 entry, we visit Turkey. This national sport can be traced back all the way to the ancient Babylonian times, with the annual Turkish oil wrestling tournament making it one of the oldest sporting competitions still being played in the 21st century.
This is a championship steeped in centuries of tradition and tons of olive oil.
In Turkey, approximately 1,000 half-naked men will compete for the 3-day elimination tournament and wrestle each other while heavily drenched in olive oils. All athletes are required to wear leather breeches called a kisbet, and during matches, they are encouraged to pin each other down by slipping their arms through their opponent's kisbets to get a firm grip. But don't worry, boys, for safety reasons, the coin purse is a total no-go zone.
Fletcher's gone straight under. 1, 2, 3. One apiece.
Do you agree with our list? What do you think is the most unusual sport?
Extremely modified for this sport. Don't try it at home, kids.
For more educational top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Keep it here for all your favorite Quidditch matches.
Okay, so now, once again, the idea is that you please answer the question. Based on the video, which sport would you like to play and why? Again, if you need to rewatch the video, you have the link in the chat. To answer this question, I will give you about 5 minutes. And then again, we will listen to each other once again, okay? If you have questions, please let me know. I'm gonna be paying attention. And we will be socializing our answers in a couple of minutes. Okay, time's up. So it's time for us to listen to each other again. So Andres Delgado, let's listen to you. Please and thank you.
I want to practice the shovel racing. So it's very funny and a lot of the adrenaline.
It's full of adrenaline. Okay, great. Thank you. Now let's try with Andres Corredor. Please, let's listen to you.
Yes, I have two sport that I think I practice. One is shovel racing and the other is extreme ironing. I like both because those are stupid, really stupid. And the shovel racing because it's easy to practice. You only need a shovel. And the extreme iron because I have experience to iron. And that's it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Now let's try with Carlos Galan. Please, let's listen to you. Thank you.
Yes, teacher. I would like to play shovel racing. This isn't a typical sport in Colombia, but it is exciting because you go along the snow very fast and it is easy to control.
Okay, Carlos, perfect. Thank you very much for your participation. Now, Cindy, it's your turn. Let's listen to you.
Yes, I would like to practice bossa ball because the trampolines are very funny and this sport sounds so interesting.
Okay, Cindy, thank you very much for your participation. Now, let's try with Jeanette, you're next. Let's listen to you.
I would like to play cheese rolling because it's so funny run after a cheese. Although it seems very dangerous for me because people splash. But yes.
Okay, it's you know, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of crazy, but it's exciting at the same time. You know, people chasing a cheese roll down the mountain. And it's very dangerous indeed. You know, you can break a leg or an arm, or get an even serious injury or something. Good. Thank you very much. Now let's try with Jean-Claude. Let's listen to you, please.
Okay, I would like to play carrying wife because I find it fun and the price is the best. Is a beer.
Yeah, that's the most interesting part of this wife carrying sport. The price is beer, like you said. And so depending on how much your wife weighs will be the amount of beer that you will be granted, you know. So that's
okay.
Like 50 kilograms, maybe 60 kilograms of that would be like, I don't know how many milliliters of beer, but it sounds to me that's a lot of beer. Right, perfect. Thank you very much. Now let's try with Gerson. Please, let's listen to you.
Yes. I would like practice also wife carrying because it is a team sport and will surely help to strengthen your relationship with your wife.
Yeah, that's actually a very good way of thinking about it. Yeah, if you're having maybe a difficult time with your wife, I think this is like the perfect excuse to make up with her. Okay, thank you very much. Let's try with Johan. Please, let's listen to you.
I sport my favorite board is Quidditch, because it remembers Harry Potter.
Okay, Quidditch, real Quidditch. Perfect. Thank you. Now let's listen to Jose. Please, let's listen to you.
Okay, well, I would like to play two of these sports. First, I would like to play the kick volleyball because it's something that I had already thought. And second, I would like to play the running extreme because it's a nonsense sport, and this is a good sport to take random and funny pictures.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. It's absolutely pointless, extreme ironing. Where would you iron? Where would you iron? Or under what circumstances?
I don't know.
That's a tough question, isn't it? I'm actually thinking about it.
In a pool.
In a pool? Okay. Yeah. It's a crazy sport, but it's kind of cool at the same time, Great. Thank you very much, Jose. Now let's try with Julian. Please, let's listen to you.
Well, I would like play wave career because I think will be funny. I haven't wife, but I have a girlfriend, and I think we have a advantage in this game is she's small and I am tall, and so we're busy. But I don't like beer.
Okay. Well,
will be so.
Okay. Actually, the whole idea of carrying your wife, it's actually more interesting than the prize itself, no? So we can say like the hunt is sweeter than the kill. This is an expression that we use in order to refer that the process itself, in this case, participating in this sport, is even more interesting than the result or the prize in this case, which is a beer. Great, thank you very much. Now let's try with Juliet. Please, let's listen to you.
I would like to play wife carrying because it's funny and I like competition games. However, first I must find a husband.
Okay, that's like the most important thing, to find a husband in order to be carried by him. Great, perfect. Thank you very much. Now let's listen to Kainer, please. Thank you.
I would like to play Quidditch because it's a fictional experience. Maybe I feel like a wizard and I like the idea of running with a broom. I think it's fun. Maybe remember when I was a child.
Yeah, it's a very good reminder of our sweet memories from childhood, considering that Harry Potter were released like, I don't remember, like maybe 20 years ago or something. So I'll be really cool. Thank you very much, Kainer. Now let's try with Laura. Please, let's listen to you.
I would like to play of shovel racing because I really like snow and the adrenaline. Adrenaline.
That's
adrenaline. Also, the rules are very simple and it looks kind of fun.
Okay, perfect, Laura. Thank you very much. Yeah, it must be a really exciting sport full of adrenaline indeed, especially because of the speed that you can reach. Now, let's listen to Lisette, if you would be so kind, please and thank you.
Okay, I would like to play Quidditch because the other sports are more likely to hurt me. And because I like Harry Potter movies, and I would like to be the seeker and try to catch the snitch and win the game.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. I'm a Harry Potter lover too. And Quidditch is indeed an interesting sport. So thank you. Now let's try with Luis. Please, let's listen to you.
Hi, just like Lee said, I would like to practice Quidditch, real Quidditch, because it looks very interesting and fun. Um, it's a team sport and it's also very popular. And I like Harry Potter, and it's perfect.
Okay, Luis, thank you very much. And again, I'm a Harry Potter lover too. And it would be really cool to have the chance to play Quidditch. Now, let's listen to Maveli, if you would be so kind. Thank you.
I would like to play the Quidditch because I think it is interesting, something different. Also, I like Harry Potter movies.
Great, Maveli, thank you very much. Marianne, it's your turn. Let's listen to you, please. Marianne? Okay, let's try with someone else, and then I will ask you again at the end. Natalia, it's your turn. Let's listen to you, please, Natalia Camargo.
Um, I would like to practice shovel racing because I like the snow, the speed, and the adrenaline.
Okay, Natalia, perfect. Thank you very much. Now, Silvia, please, let's start with you.
I like wife carrying because it seems interesting and very funny.
Okay, Silvia, thank you very much. Now, Yesit, let's start with you, please.
I would like to play sepak takraw or kick volleyball because it is similar to football tennis and I like kick things. In this occasion, ball.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, it seems to me it's a really challenging sport, you know, it requires a lot of concentration and coordination too. That'd be cool. I mean, if I were a good football player, but I'm not, it would be cool. Yeah, actually, if I had been born in Brazil, I think that
Okay,
my last name would be Tronquinho or something. Because I'm really bad at soccer. Yeah, I can play soccer. Good, perfect, Jesse. Thank you very much. Now, Marianne, are you ready? Marianne? Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody, for having participated in this speaking activity. Let's try, okay? Intentemos, a ver si te escuchamos. Okay, se me escucha entrecortado cuando lo escucho. Maybe it's your connectivity. ¿A los demás me confirman si me pueden escuchar bien? Yo los escuché a todos y se escuchó bien.
Teacher, yo lo
Sí, yo lo escucho bien.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Okay, don't worry, Marianne. Sometimes it happens because of the connectivity. So don't worry. Let's continue. Okay, so apart from these sports that are unusual, I will arrange some groups. Now, okay, we can leave these pages maybe for later. Here's the thing, I'd like us to work on another speaking activity. This one is related to different sports here in Colombia and traditional children games. Like for example, tag. In English, tag is the word for la lleva. You can also say hide and seek. Well, these are not sports, but more games. But we're talking about sports and games. Hide and seek, and all its versions. We have American hide and seek. We have Jerbies, and we have many other games. So what's the idea? I'm going to be arranging some groups. And but before that, there are some links that I want to share with you. They are in the chat. Maybe you can use those links to let's actually take a look at them. Okay, before I make the groups, let's take a look at I hope they are still working, about traditional Colombian games that are part of our folklore and our culture. See, for example, most of us remember the games that define our childhood and find ourselves filled with nostalgia every time we passed. Most of us remember the games that define our childhood and find ourselves filled with nostalgia every time we pass a group of children absorbed in the same pastime. Somehow these games seem to live forever, enjoyed by each generation new. Here are some of Colombia's most traditional childhood games. The popularity shows no signs of diminishing. So for example, we have trompo, we have canicas or marbles, we have balero, cinco huecos, yo-yo, and so on. So this is one of the links. Actually, this is the first link that I shared with you in the chat. Here is another one about the very Colombian game, which is Rana, how to play Rana. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, traditional Colombian games and sport, how to play Rana. Yeah, so you can use these as an example as well. That's the second link that I shared with you in the chat. Now, the third one deals with okay, some other traditional games. So let's see. 20 traditional games of Colombia that are very funny. Trompo, fuchi, jermis or jimmy, marbles. I call it jerbies. I didn't know what jermis. Tingo Tingo Tango, which is like mini mani mo, or potato or something. Valero, he wears it, ova, the heart of the pineapple, and so on. And let's take a look at the last link. Here's another one. Well, this one is taking longer. Let me see something. I don't think the last one is working properly. Okay, so don't worry. In any case, you can use the others. Now, once again, I will show you a video about different children games around the world and the corresponding names. And then after we watch this video, I will make some groups. You will have some time and you have to choose a sport and talk about it as a group. Okay, it's similar to the project, but it's not the project. It's just a class activity. So let's watch this video about different children games around the world. And then we will be, you'll be working in small groups. So here is a link. And I will be stopping the video and then I will be asking you about the equivalence in Spanish. Let's start. So what would be the equivalent in Spanish of this game? Can you get it from the picture?
Yes.
What's the name? What's the equivalent?
La
lleva.
La lleva. Sometimes in some other speaking Spanish-speaking countries, they call it las traes. Yeah. So yes, this is la lleva attack. Let's go for the next one. How about this one?
El escondite.
That's correct. What about that one?
El avión.
Angara.
Cielito, cielito.
Cielito. Okay, great. This one?
Maras.
Canicas o maras.
Maras, canicas, great. What would you call this one?
Manitas calientes.
Okay, yeah, manitas calientes. Well, I remember the songs, you know, like Su de la Juventud, that's another one. And Seco Seco Maraco Seco.
Choco chocolala.
Choco Chocolala, Choco Chocotete.
Yes.
So there are different hand clapping games with different songs, with different rhythms, etc. Good, let's go for the next. Oh, this is one of my favorites. For people who are very competitive, like Juliet. Juliet said that she liked competition games. So what's this? Musical chairs. Any ideas about the equivalent here in Colombia or in Spanish?
Sillas locas.
Sorry?
Sillas musicales.
Yeah, it would be like very literal translation, sillas musicales. So this is a very typical game for children parties. You know, I remember playing this game many times. It was cool. Some people take it really seriously though. Now let's watch, let's continue. Okay, so it says freeze dance.
La lleva congelada.
Okay, here
Congelado.
the version is congelados, la lleva congelada. But here, well, they dance. We don't dance here. We just play like a tag game, la lleva. But when we say, when we touch somebody, when we tag somebody, that person cannot move. Okay, good. Let's go for next. This one.
El
Teléfono roto.
Teléfono roto.
Very good, that's correct. What do you think about this one? Tug of war. I don't know, like tira
Iba a
la
decir
cuerda.
algo, pero suena raro, así que no sé.
Okay, go
Creo
ahead.
que no
try.
hay nombre en específico.
No, it's like
¿O sí?
tira la cuerda.
Tira la cuerda, ¿no?
Yeah, something like that. Now this is very. Did you watch the what's the name of the series? It wasn't Netflix. A series about. I don't remember the name. Los Juegos del Calamar.
Los juegos del calamar.
Yeah, this is one of the games they
Squid
play
Game.
in the
Squid
series.
Game.
The Squid Games. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. That's one of the games they play there. Yeah, it was like tira la cuerda, something like that. Yeah, okay, let's continue. And this is another of the games that was played in that series.
The Fears.
Green light, red light. Do we play this game here in Colombia? I don't know, to be honest.
El Simón dice, el más parecido acá.
Simón dice.
El juego del calamar.
Simon says, okay, this good game.
O el
Great.
de patos adentro, patos afuera, algo así, parece.
Maybe, yeah. But Simón dice is Simon says. So Simon says, well, it's similar, you know, because Simon gives some instructions, but I don't think we have an equivalent, you know, 100% same, similar ones, but not quite exactly the same. Great. Let's go for the next one. Red Rover. No idea. What do you think?
I have no idea. No.
Never.
Okay, let's skip it. Well, Pepper Airplane.
Avioncito.
Yeah. Actually, I remember when I was in 8th grade, one of my friends from school, this is an anecdote from school. He has curly hair, you know, and sometimes he grows his hair so big that he looks like with an afro or something. And I remember that when we were in 8th grade, we were playing with paper airplanes, and one of the paper airplanes just landed on his head. So it was very funny for us. Well, because we were adolescents, so it was something funny. Paper airplane, okay? Can you make a paper airplane?
Yes,
Can you
but
make it fly?
never works.
It never worked. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Great, let's continue. What do you think about this one?
¿Verdad o reto?
Ajá, verdad o reto, or verdad o se atreve. I remember I played it like verdad o se atreve. Good. Let's continue. Cat's cradle. What do you think is that one? No, no idea.
No, I don't know.
No.
Well, I remember, to be honest, I don't know the name, but I remember that we used an elastic band and we would make figures. I don't know if you remember. No recuerdo el nombre, pero sí era con un caucho. Y con el caucho se hacían figuritas con la mano. But I don't think it has a name. In English, at least.
Lo más
Sorry?
parecido que vi era algo como que metían el dedo en un sitio y era como un jueguito que soltabas unas cuerdas y el dedo quedaba afuera, pero
Yeah, it's like the one we have here, but it doesn't have like a name. Yeah, I don't think it has a name here. But that's pretty much the idea of this game, you know, to make like some figures, to put your hands in between, even your fingers. And that was kind of cool. Yeah, let's take the next one. Slap hands. I don't remember. Any ideas?
No, es como que a veces en los colegios, digamos, como recuerdo, todo se pintaba
Yeah, like
en las manos y
Yeah, I
colocaban un
remember.
papel, pero no recuerdo el nombre. No
Yeah,
como
this
un
is
juego, sino como así.
exactly. It was more like a craft activity, arts activity, you know, maybe to strengthen relationships among students or something, but it's not like a game, to be honest. Let's go for the next one. Catch. I remember maybe I played this game, but with a balloon filled with water. Yeah, maybe this
Visitas
one.
mojadas.
Yes, maybe. I think this is, look at the shape of the balloon. I think this is filled with water too. So it's like playing with a balloon filled with water. And well, the idea was to catch it, because of course, if you didn't catch it, well, you will be all wet. Marco Polo, did you play Marco Polo in the swimming pool?
I don't know what is.
No.
No, really?
No.
in the life.
Okay, it was played in the swimming pool, and one person was
It's like
in charge.
catch, but under water.
It's like trying to tag people, but in the water and the swimming pool. So this was Marco. Okay, he said Marco, Marco, and then the others said Polo, Marco, Polo, and you had to follow the voice, but with your eyes closed. And well, the idea was to try to catch the other participants in the game, but with your eyes closed and saying Marco, you said Marco, and then the other said Polo. And well, that was the idea of the game, pretty much. What about this one? Blind man's
La
buff.
gallina ciega.
La gallinita ciega. Ajá,
Sí, la
gallinita ciega.
gallina ciega.
Right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Ah, this one is, I remember school. Battleship with papers. Remember?
Oh,
El de batalla naval.
Batalla naval. Or astucia naval. Yeah, so you would just draw like some ships on a piece of paper and you were supposed to sink the your friend's ship with a pencil on a paper. I remember. Okay, capture the flag. It's a very literal translation.
Captura la bandera.
Captura la bandera. If you have had the opportunity to play paintball, this is one of the games that you can play in paintball. For those who like to play video games, maybe in Call of Duty or even in Halo, there is a playing mode in which you have to capture the other team's flag. So yeah, it's like captura la bandera. Let's go for the next one. Children on grass. Well, I have seen this in many movies, but it's not like a game. I mean, I remember when I was a little boy, I would look at the sky, I would pay attention to the clouds, and I would say, hey, that cloud looks like a dinosaur. Or, hey, that cloud looks like, I don't know, like a dog, or like a sheep, or like a cow. But any ideas about the name of this game or this activity in Spanish?
no.
I was like trying to
Pues,
allocate or to designate a cloud, a shape. Era más como mirar las nubes y encontrar la forma que tenga. It's not like a game. Good.
With my family, I practice this game. Yeah, we travel, veo, visit, cualquier cosa.
Oh, cool. So it actually exists in Spanish. Veo un perro salchicha. Something like that. Yeah, in the sky.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, great. Hot or cold?
La papa caliente.
Okay, we played that. It was like hiding something. Sorry?
Ah, no, la papa caliente no.
Right.
Bueno, no sé, acá en Venezuela se le llamaba palito mantequillero, no sé por qué. Que escondían algo y mientras más se acercaba a la persona decía
Yeah.
caliente.
Caliente,
y
frío,
se le dejaba
caliente,
frío.
hirviendo. So in English it would be like hot, cold, you're boiling, you're freezing or something like that. Yeah, it was pretty much hiding something. And if the person got close to that something, we would say hot. If on the contrary, the person was far from the object, then we would say cold. Yeah. Very much. Okay, this one is like spy. Jump rope. Remember jump rope? Yeah. Jump rope.
Sí, saltar la cuerda, ¿no?
Saltar la cuerda. Actually, there was like a riddle or something. Salta la cuerdita o brinca la cuerdita, yo ya la brinqué, something like that. I remember. Good. And well, there was a similar one, but it was with an elastic with an elastic band. Era con un caucho también. It was like chicle americano. Me cierro, me salgo, me entro, me abro. Something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. But it was a little bit different. Not quite exactly the same, a little bit different. Next one. This one is so typical. Rock, paper, and scissors.
Piedra, papel, o tijera.
Great. Tic-tac-toe is, what do you call this? Remember?
Tricky? No.
Tricky.
Tricky.
I would call it tricky. Great, perfect. Thank you. So what's the idea? I'm gonna be making some groups and I want you to choose a sport as a group and talk about it. These are some of the characteristics you can include. They are just some ideas, okay? So in small groups of 3 to 4 people, have students talked about sport a game, ask them to include the following pieces of information: name of the game, history, rules, number of players, equipment, and so on. This is a speaking activity, so please see the instruction in the chat. You will have some minutes to find some information. You can talk about Colombian games or you can talk about other games around the world. You will be working in groups, and then, well, the idea is to tell the class about the information you found. Now, I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, okay? So that we can listen to everybody by the end of the class. So you will have 10 minutes to prepare this activity. So I'm gonna be making the groups in this moment. Okay, 5 different groups. Some groups are going to be comprised of 4 people, and some others are going to be comprised of 5 people. I'm going to be joining the sessions in case you have any questions. 10 minutes. There you go. Please join your group. Natalia and Andres, please join your groups. Thank you, Andres. Natalia? Okay, great, perfect.
So words about Tejo or what sport? Which, sorry.
I think Tejo or Ranita is so easy for explain and it's a typical Colombian game.
Yep. So we
I
were
was
about Tejo.
I was
No sé si volei o fútbol.
Football is easy.
Yes, football.
What is the idea of activity? We speak about a sport, Colombian sport, or
Anything around the world. Anything.
Hi, teacher. Entonces, tenis de mesa.
Andrés Felipe, el otro dice Claude y el profesor. Entonces, pues lo mandamos solamente para nosotros y así no ven la información.
Yeah, that's the idea to work in school in small groups. So yeah, please choose your sport because you will be giving a presentation as a group in a couple of minutes. Please try to use English to communicate, okay?
H-O-P
P C
S
O T C H.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So let's listen to you. So I took a picture of the groups, and the first group is, so Gerson, Julian, Keiner, Luis, and Natalia. You are in the first group. Let's listen to you.
Okay.
You can, Natalia.
Natalia, let's go.
Okay. uh, the play is Ranita. The history is attributed to an Inca legend that venerated toads for their magical powers and their piece of gold to grant a wish.
Okay, and what else did you find about it? Because instruction was.
This is a typical game of Colombia, and in the campsite, the farmers are the players of this game, and normally you need a team for play this game, and one person for team. The team consists in throw a ring from the frog, and I don't know what can I say for this.
Okay, thank you. What else did you find? Because you were asked about history, rules, number of
Equipment.
players, equipment.
Equipment. Equipment is about equipment is so easy. You only need a pot with a pair of craters, seeds, rings, sometimes a pair of beer. No, no more. A
That's
pair
the
of
most
friends.
important. Is that the most important part of the equipment?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
And typical musician. No more.
Okay. Okay, great, perfect. Thank you very much. Group number one, you did it great. Now let's start with group number two. We have well, Andres Corredor was part of group number two, but I don't know if he eventually joined or not. Jeanette, Laura, Jacid, and Andres. Let's listen to you, please.
We choose Rana also.
Okay, let's I guess you found different information, so don't worry. Let's listen to you.
Yes, the equipment to play Rana is you need two teams. It doesn't care how many integrants you have in each team, but you need to have a that the total of the numbers, the integrants will be par to be equal in each team. And also you have 7 turns to throw the ring inside the holes. The the winner team will be the team who have the integrant the integrant to have the highest scores in total, and it could play with 4 rounds, and that's it. The loser have to pay the beers.
Yeah, that's a very important rule. So what else did you find as a group? What about Jeanette, Laura, and Jacid? What
Teacher.
other? Yes.
Found
Teacher.
the game.
Okay, and the Rana, this is a precision throwing game. There are holes with different points. But the score is most, how do you say, alto?
High?
High is in special 3 ranas.
Okay, that's important.
games whose history is attributed to an Inca legend that venerated Toas for their magical powers. And on holidays, they threw gold pieces into lakes so that one of them will at it and land grant a wish. Is a traditional game in Colombia and en las regiones de Cundinamarca, Santander, Boyacá, Valle del Cauca, más que todo.
Mainly. Maybe.
Yes, and
Uh-huh.
it is played with family and friends, and in typical in meetings and celebrations.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much to the four of you, Andres, Jeanette, Laura, and Jacit. It was very interesting. Thank you very much. Now let's try with group number 3. We have Carlos, Cindy, Johan, and Juliet. Let's listen to you guys.
Yes, the play is table tennis. Table tennis emerged in England in 1870. The zone of the ball in the racket is pink, and the zone in the table is pong. This characteristic is derived your name. The rackets were made of wood, and the walls were made of wood from the wine bottles. This is the first balls with the players play this sport.
Okay, cool. Makes sense. Ping pong, ping pong.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Never thought about it. Good. What about Cindy, Johan, Juliet?
Yes, teacher. The principal rule are first, alternate servers every 2 points. The game is played to 11 points, and a game must be won by 2 points. The serve can land anywhere in singles, and a serve that touch the net on the way over is a let.
Okay, thank you.
The special equipment are table, net, ball, and rackets. Also, they wear shirt, short, and trainers.
Okay, thank you very much.
The
And
most important,
Johan.
the most important championships are world champions every 2 years, Olympic Games every 4 years, and since 1918, World Cup every 1 year.
Okay, great. Thank you very much to the four of you. It was a very interesting presentation. Now, all you said was really cool, but the thing I am surprised about the most is that the name of the game. It's in English that's called onomatopoeia, right? Ping pong, ping pong. That's really cool. So excellent. Thank you very much. Yes, Natalia, you can present the slideshow. So group number 4, Andres Felipe, Jean-Claude, and Marianne. Let's try with you.
This sport began to be practiced more than 500 years ago by the Muiscas, inhabitants of the departments of Cundinamarca and Boyacá. Of the time, the year was known by the name of Tumerque and was part of their ceremony festivals.
Okay, Marian, thank you very much. It was very interesting. Now, what about Jean-Claude and Andres?
Okay, the the game consists of throwing the tejo from one field to the other with the aim of burying it inside the horn. Bursting a window failing that, burying it closer to the horn than the other competitors.
Okay, Jean-Claude, that was great. Thank you very much. Now let's listen to Andres, please.
And we need one metal disc to approximately 680 grams. And we need some boxes filling with clay and chaff to explode.
And it smells really good when you explode it. That's called la mecha. It's filled with firework powder, even gunpowder sometimes. Great, thank you very much to the three of you, Marianne, Jean-Claude, and Andres. It was a very interesting presentation. Last but not least, we're going to pay attention to Sylvia's group. They have a presentation with slides. So yeah, let's listen to you, Jose, Liseth, Marily, and Sylvia. The stage is all yours. Remember to activate the microphone.
Okay, our game is hopscotch. It consists of drawing a board on the ground with a chalk, and there are 10 squares, and the objective is throw a small stone and then go to pick it up. The history is inspired by the book of Divine Comedy of Dante, where the main character has to go through 9 worlds in purgatory to reach paradise.
It has been possible to expand to the other continents, such as India and Africa.
We divide the rules in two. Before you start and rules in the game. The rules before you start are, well, first, each player has a unique marker. Two, 1 second, hop on 1 foot except in side-by-side squares. And 3, through marker from starting line.
Okay, next progress to next square each turn and hop through squares and back. The little object, a small object, stone, like stone. Then skip over square with marker and hop on 1 foot. Then set for side-by-side squares. If fail, repeat at next turn.
Okay, and the equipment, the playground game requires nothing more than chalk and a small object like a stone, and it can be played alone or with multiple people.
Kids can also stick with the traditional rules or make up their fun variations. If your kids are new to Hoptouch, teach them the classic groups. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. I really like the fact that you actually worked on a slideshow presentation. It was a very creative, and thank you very much for taking the first step. Okay, so Jose, Isabel, Marley, Silvia, you did a great job there. It was a very interesting presentation. I didn't know about the origin of this game, but it makes sense if you have had the opportunity to read the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. Yeah, this is basically what this book is all about. So, my dear students, with this, we have come to the end of today's lesson. I hope that you enjoyed the class and that you have learned a lot. I want to thank you so much for your participation and for your commitment. That'll be all for today. We will keep in touch and we will talk again tomorrow. Okay? Night night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for your participation. You have been great.
Thank you. See
Bye,
you.
teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Bye bye.
Share. Have a good night.
Bye.
You too. Thank you very
Hi,
much.
teacher. Thank you. Have a good
Night
night.
night, everybody. Thank you. You too. Sweet dreams, everybody.